smack, but I can take a chick with ease. My car's so much of a problem, it's a mystery. I bring the beef together like a triple cheese from Mickey D's. Girls always asking where the roof at. Drop it. What you mean by the shit been missing since I copped it? Having one chick that ain't up in my logic. Money talks, every bar's a bank deposit, and I'ma go get it if your chick is a go-getter. Young Billy December, cold nigga. You getting pissed on in the winter like a cold liver. Gold slippers 20 below, give your whole cold shivers.
Alright, welcome to the In Perspective Sports Show. I am your host, that Cherokee Chief, that Blackfoot Frank Perkins, that nigga. Roger Gordon in the building. What up, Wedge? I got some goons in here with me tonight. In the fatigues, ready to get it in. Right. It's my nigga, the producer of the year, the movie creator, BDD Entertainment's own Jay Robinson in the building. John, what up with you, bro?
What it do, bro?
Chilling. How you living?
I'm happy to be on here. I've been asking to come on the show and stuff, but I'm a peon, bro. You don't know me, but he treat me like the bottom of his shoes.
Listen, here we go.
I'm familiar with that. It took me years to get right. It took me years.
Dudes
and we blood.
Goodness.
Look, I get hello. Click.
Oh God, J. Rob, happy Vets Day though.
Appreciate
it. You know, representing. Yeah, bro. Salute. Johnny Dusty Rose Surratt in the building. What up with you, big cuz?
I don't even know, man. Just ready to get it in.
All right. Well, you know we got to start with the Kyrie Irving update. And we're going to throw the Aaron Rodgers in there too, because we ain't really touched on that nigga like we wanted to. But Kyrie, of course, I think it is, in my opinion, and you said that there were certain things that I don't know if it was true. But I still say that, don't get that damn thing. And if you don't want to, this is America. Exercise your freedom. If you educate yourself a little bit, you know that the thing ain't killing you if you know how to take care of your body.
Exactly.
Now, you new to the set, my nigga. I do want to get your take on Kyrie Irving with his stance on not taking that vaccine just to play some basketball. Man, the world has gone crazy calling idiots, weird, all these weird.
Can I interject?
Yes.
What part of the world is it? Okay, can I be real on this show?
Please.
Is it the white part of the world or is it the black part of the world?
What you mean?
Because
they're both.
It's both, but the majority. Well, then again, Stephen A. Smith is considered part of the white part of the world.
I don't know what you want though. That nigga's in his own.
Because he's jumping on him, but okay, now that I brought that, let me come back. I think this man has the right to do what he wants to do.
For sure.
I mean, as you said, we in America. How'd you say it?
America.
Yeah, we in America. You got. My job in the military was to defend your rights against all enemies, foreign and domestic, meaning you have the constitutional right to do what you want to do.
That's what's up. Now,
he need to research. I've taken all 3 shots. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
So, and it's crazy because I've never taken a flu shot. But see, I got asthma, and I seen that was knocking people off with asthma. So I took all 3. My wife, she hadn't taken them. She hadn't taken any of them. So, it's your God-given right.
Right. That's what's up. I'm just tripping on this dude. Just fucks with me. He's like, what I'm saying? He tried to put my names on me and shit. You see him there with the Indian
Jedi going on. Jedi thing going on.
Bruh, well, talk to me, cousin. What you got to say? Because my man is putting some valid facts. But hold on. My bad. Research on what? Before I even know that.
Researching, a lot of people are scared to put something in their body because they've heard that it does this to you or it does that to you. So you got to do your own research to see what it actually does to you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then
have you had any adverse reactions?
No, I haven't. My arm was sore after the booster shot. Other than that, I've been Gucci.
That's what's up.
But I've heard people say that they've been sick for a couple of days and all that. But as far as me, I've been Gucci.
That's what's up.
Gucci with him.
Okay.
I'm Gucci with him.
Some strong brothers in
we
there.
We Gucci together.
I hope it works out.
We Gucci together.
That's good.
Good.
Right.
Like you said, it's it is it's something that everybody should consider, but check into it. Make sure it's good for you. Understand why you're doing it, you know, and why you're not doing it. And don't expect to do vaccinated things unvaccinated. So with that being said,
that sound like something.
Kyrie,
That sound like something, don't it? J-Rob.
so Kyrie, you know, he's opened it up that, you know, there's a very strong possibility. You know, he's not against the vaccine. His whole thing is the mandate. Not gonna make me do nothing. Right. I can dig that. I can dig that.
I stick with that.
I can dig that. And the Aaron
Rodgers, you can dig that though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, that's actually where I've been the whole time. I preach that no one should be forced to do anything, but at some point in time, you know, like I said, you get into the 90%. You know, but the Aaron Rodgers situation, that I feel that though he's been extraordinarily deceptive and basically just lying.
Untruthful.
Yes.
He went right there, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he had much of a choice. You put him in a corner and it's none of your business. HIPAA laws prohibit anyone from getting any kind of medical records of yours on any level. It's illegal.
This is true, but they have rules in place. You are not supposed to talk to the media without your mask on. When they have their media days, he is not supposed to go up to that podium without his mask on. So him going up to that podium, knowing the rules, he's breaking rules. And he is being deceptive.
Because he talked about immunized
right.
as a means to deceive,
exactly.
to manipulate his way where he could do vaccinated things.
Exactly.
Unvaccinated. And that's just a part of the way the rules are put in place. So, you know, we've talked about this and still talking about it.
Yes, I got a question. Can I interject again?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's the team's fault as well as his, because they knew he was unvaccinated. They had to know he was unvaccinated because you know what every player on that team status is.
So when we use words like deceptive,
the Green Bay Packers were being deceptive to the world.
Was it the Green Bay Packers mostly being deceptive, or Aaron Rodgers just playing the game like
Both
he does? He's a player. He's a sportsman.
Well, he's a real big dog.
Big dog.
Yeah.
I've said on this show a multitude of times that when you're a Kyrie, you are at the top of your game. And they can win with you, make lots of money with you. You kind of, allowed to do things that the small dog can't do.
Right.
So second string and third string couldn't have got away with what he got away with. And so the team should be fined. He should be fined. They actually should be penalized to the point that
I'm so messed up with the way you're deceptive and got away with and all these things. Did he do anything other than be Aaron Rodgers?
He told some lies.
He did.
It ain't about that. It ain't about that. It's about y'all making
his privilege.
When you're forcing someone to do something against their will.
He had options.
It becomes
He did. He
had options.
He didn't have to say I'm immunized. First of all, giving people the perception that he had taken a shot.
But he didn't say that he took the shot.
Second of all, he never would have had to say had he taken a shot or not. All he would have to do is walk up there with a mask on. That way, his rights are not being violated because he never said anything. Nobody forced him to say if he wore his mask, the assumption would have been that he wasn't vaccinated. No one,
it's not anybody's business.
Exactly.
Just because you wear a mask, it doesn't mean that you're not vaccinated.
Exactly.
Under the circumstances.
Because I wear mine sometimes when I go in the store, even though I got all 3 shots. But
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, him. I mean, he was just dead wrong.
He's a leader, and he put people's lives in danger behind him.
Oh my goodness!
I know the right things to say here.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. I know
yes.
what triggers.
Yes, you do have the narrative.
The lives that he put. See, he has an opportunity to, lead by example, and instead he led by deception. Because he wanted to do vaccinated things.
Okay. Let me see if I can do this right. Does that mean I agree with you?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah. I knew I wasn't in this world by myself.
Oh my goodness. Where the guru? Where the ghost?
Now how would it have been Think about how Kyrie's got persecuted for telling the truth.
Yeah,
for not wanting to take it. Now let me flip it.
Okay, thank you.
How about if that would have been a black athlete that just was deceptive?
Oh, now we would be having a whole different conversation here. We'd be talking about
why is he not in the league anymore?
Yeah, why is he being Cam Newton'd?
Exactly.
Because that's exactly what happened to Cam.
Exactly.
It wasn't that he was deceptive. He just didn't follow the tune of the...
Okay, so
exactly.
All that being said, y'all know where I stand on it.
I'm starting to take it.
I don't think that Aaron Rodgers was being deceptive in the aspect that y'all don't want to take it to. Like, I'm trying to kill y'all motherfuckers. That is not good. Because listen, no, if he has knowledge of what COVID actually is, then he's like me. Y'all dumb motherfuckers out here running from the fucking cold. Come on, if that's his perspective. If that was his perspective, and he's having no choice but to sit here and have to listen to jrob and Dusty's about him being deceptive about him. I'm just want to be.
Okay, if you have
I'm immunized.
If you have a cold, don't you stay away from people?
No.
You don't.
No.
That's
dude.
Oh, come on.
You don't stay away from
pretty
people.
Common stuff. I mean, even with the small, like even in your stance. You know, when you're sick, you don't go around folk. Man, I don't even feel good. Y'all might just, you know.
So you see where I was going with this.
Yeah.
Where you going?
So okay, if it's just a cold, why would you want to get other people sick? And then, especially with the corona, he's not on he's putting lives in jeopardy. Not only other players, but his teammates. And if you're putting your teammates in jeopardy, that's taking money away from who? The owners.
Okay, first of all. There are people that have different ideas on the whole germ theory because it is that.
Are you an herbalist?
Big time.
Okay.
I'm trying to become the doctor of herbs.
Okay, because I see where this is going.
No, I'm just saying on some real shit, bro. It's like when you understand how germs work and what germs are, and how viruses work and what viruses are, and how we create viruses to protect ourselves, and how we have to have them inside your body. So it can fight it. Right. So when that actually happens and someone's saying you have a virus, wouldn't you be scared of yourself? I'm just saying. When it comes to understanding not what the media is telling you about, oh, you're going to get somebody sick if you cough on them. Fuck out of here, man. That's not.
So you don't believe that?
Believe that? No, that's not proven. That's not anywhere.
You were out here. No, right?
Of course, okay, because look, the proof is in the pudding.
So you've never been around someone and they've coughed or sneezed and maybe you've gotten a runny nose later,
or even been offended.
Exactly.
Like, man, cover up when you're doing that, bro.
Respect that.
You know, I mean, but you know, today we're on your show. We're gonna do it your way.
Don't you try to
you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, I just
Johnny, don't you do it.
What I'm saying is that you know, don't get quiet now. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, Lord.
Don't get quiet now, because I think that, you know, when you put everything in perspective, I mean, there's even though it's a germ scenario, you still have to have a level of respect with it. And when it becomes a point to where everybody's angry, I don't think that we can actually find a place we can all be when you have people just outright angry.
Well,
and if there's some understanding there, it's just some real simple stuff. You know, either you are or you're not. And if you're not, you know, fall in line for the rules. And there's rules in place for everything. And see, that's, I think, the biggest issue with people who don't want to be vaccinated, is that they don't want to be a part of the change of rules or the new rules in place to protect others. That's all I'm saying.
And to break it down, people are just being selfish.
Oh my goodness, he said that.
Selfish.
People are just being selfish.
Educated. How about educated?
How about selfish?
How about educated? No, whoa. Just because the masses are saying to do something, listen. If the masses, but no. If we no, it's all parallel.
Selfish because what I'm saying is, like he said, if you got a cold, 9 times out of 10, or you sneeze, you cover your mouth because you're being respectful around other people. If you're walking around, you know that that you're not vaccinated, or you know that you have a cold, why wouldn't you cover your mouth, or why wouldn't you wear your mask? Because you're being selfish.
That's not what we're even talking about.
Yes,
right.
it is.
Right, yeah.
Everybody covers their mouth.
But okay,
Absolutely.
I'm going.
Absolutely.
That's a daggone lie. But I'm going around. I'm going around to the mask. I'm going back to the mask. It's about being selfish, like he said. I ain't gonna wear no mask because they're making me wear a mask. I have the right not to wear a mask.
And that's the biggest issue.
And which you do have that right, but
Yes.
if it's offending somebody, if say we're on a plane, and you're back, you don't, you're scared. Say you're me, okay, and I didn't have my mask on. If you ask me, look, I'm scared, could you put your mask on? Out of respect, I'm going to put my mask on.
You're going to have some controversial moment with this young man if you ask him to put his mask on because you're uncomfortable. For me, out of just pure polite, I would say not a problem. I mean, because that's a part of, and there's some understanding here. That's not something that we should be arguing about.
Well, I do remember hearing stories and have heard stories. Jokic, MVP, NBA MVP. He gets a dirty shot from, one of them boys, one of them twins. They say not to mess with them twins, the Morris boys. But he gives him a little chuck. I myself didn't think that it was that bad. It was just, some of that bullshit that they do, But he chucked the shit out of him from behind.
I thought it was a good chuck.
Big old dude.
Yeah, I thought it was a good chuck to the ribs, though. I thought Morris ribbed him pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he was exposed and all that right
there. Yeah, but it wasn't like he joking. He didn't even feel that. He just knew you trying to be dirty. But I'm just saying, I ain't saying nobody's right on that level at all. I'm just trying to stir up some shit, But do you think that both of them should have been suspended? Number one. And do you think that Jokic being an MVP set a bad example? I'm coming to you first.
Well, for me, my perspective on this thing is when he took the shot at the European player. So for many years, it's been well documented that American players really bully pretty much everybody. So the perspective that maybe you're looking at it as, a shot here, shot there, that was really a shot for the players who just haven't stood up to the American players. That's how I saw that. It was like, I'm tired of this. We're tired of this. Somebody gonna stand up to y'all. This wasn't about the actual shots. This was about taking a stance at that particular moment. Here's my opportunity to stand up for all the BS that goes along here in the NBA.
You think it was that deep?
I actually do.
Really?
I do. I think it was that deep because it was really how he shoved it.
Yeah, okay.
It was more in the lines of, do you want some? I've had enough. Or, we not weak. We'll fight back. And that's where I took that. At first, I looked at it kind of simply.
So you don't think, I wasn't expecting that take. That's a lot. You don't think it was just that I'm the MVP, motherfucker? Don't get it twisted. I'm the man out here. You ain't gonna disrespect me, make me look like I'm weak in front of my teammates, the world. You know what I'm saying?
That's the part that gave him the ability to make the move, because he is top dog.
Right.
So now he can. Now you know how like you recruit people.
Right.
There's ways to go about how you get people to team up with you. You become the spokesperson for certain things. This was kind of one of those things. Again, the NBA players kind of rough, come at you any kind of way, and the European players are really doing their thing. And so American players take that. So you the MVP, let me give you some of this American love I got for you. Bam, jank on them. Boom, push on.
Hold on, but you keep going American and overseas.
So you think that he pushed that guy because he got that little elbow? He done got them elbows a million times. That's really not that serious. What he dealt with wasn't worth coming at him. That was to make a stance. You got to stop. You got to stop. And since we at it, since we doing it, let's put it in perspective. I'm the top dog around here. Not y'all. Me and Giannis. We the big dogs around here. Now,
I'm thinking, see, you see how
yeah,
I think there was more of that. And, you know,
they've just been waiting for the opportunity.
I hear you.
That's how I see it. Because it's going to come out somewhere. So let's deal with it while it's on a low level versus letting it continue for it to be out of hand. Now, I just think that at the end of the day, they got their point across. We're ready. I mean,
ready for what?
For whatever. I mean, y'all just keep bullying us. You keep doing us any kind of way.
Can I speak on that?
Yes, sir. I
agree with him partially,
okay.
But the MVP part, because he's big dog, I don't agree with that. I believe that, like you said, every time they speak about the European players, the narrative is what? They're soft.
Mm-hmm.
They're soft. They get bullied. The playoffs, they disappear. He didn't take the shot in the Olympic game. They could have put them ahead, so they called him soft. He's timid. So it was like that bully when you're in the 5th grade and you finally get tired of him and you snap. I think for a moment, for a split second, he just snapped and was like, you know what, this is what?
I can dig
I don't think it had anything to do with him being the top. I think it was him and his person being like, I'm tired of this mess. I'm tired of them hitting me with the cheap elbows. I'm not doing nothing. Like I said, he hears the narrative that he saw, and they were up 15 points, and that was a bully move right there. Y'all losing by however many you losing. I'm still getting elbowed. The hell with this.
I ain't letting you niggas beat me up.
Exactly. That's exactly.
And so that's where the American and the American and the Europe, and I'm not even going European. I'm saying
so it sounds more like black
basketball
and white, or is it just black? I mean, what do you?
No, it's not black. That's
it's
European.
not black and white because it sounds more black because American basketball.
Well, remember,
it's a black thing.
We can make anything.
When you say European, they were saying that Giannis was soft in the beginning. Their style of play is just different.
I could do it.
You know what I mean?
International players, how about that, versus European. International players are just really fed up with getting treated like they're second fiddle to everything.
Exactly.
And they're actually winning right now.
But historically, the European players have been softer. Very good players. Not saying nothing about their skill level. They're in the league. They top dogs. But you know,
it's more like a respect thing with them. Like their style of play. They don't go out there, you know what I mean, beating each other up. Theirs is more like
team-oriented.
Only time you see them, only time that you see them over there wilding out is when it's an American black guy over there get fouled and he beat up the whole team.
Right. And not only that, the Shaquille O'Neal type athleticism, the ability to go so hard at the rim, they're just now catching up to that.
Right.
So I mean, it's like they were passive for so long,
exactly.
And now at this point, it's like, okay, we go hard too. Okay, so that's how I took that. Like, okay, I dig it. And I mean, his push was so not a whole lot of nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more dramatized. He grabbed his head.
Oh no, he got chucked like a big 7 foot. Boy, that ain't no, boy, that's one of the biggest jumps in the NBA, which makes him bigger than most football players, bro. That's a big old dude.
You just said he's soft though, so
I didn't say he was soft. I never said he was soft. No,
I think it was all a stance. I just think he just kind of made it a stance.
And I don't even think it was with his case. At that point in time when he snapped, I don't think it had nothing to do with overseas players, black. I just think it was like, I'm tired of y'all bullying me. Mm-hmm. Like the first time you stand up to your bully.
And all of it could happen.
But the Morris boys, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
Right.
I think that played a bigger role too.
They're the bullies.
Because, they know, like, you're not fucking with the Morris boys.
They like the hockey players, the goons on the hockey players. Right. You send a Morris boy in there, you know he gonna foul you.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he come to do.
Yeah.
And I think that the backlash of the softness.
Exactly.
Oh, hell no. They're going to be reporting on me tomorrow saying he done chucked me and bucked me and shit. Oh, hell no. So I think that right there, he's like, fuck that. Exactly. I just think that it was MVP shit. You know what I'm saying? I think it was mostly just NBA shit. And I could dig it. I could dig it. I could dig it 100%.
I believe that they talk about that. I think
amongst one another.
Yeah, I think they talk about that.
They being
the international players. They talk about that. How they get handled.
Say bully. I don't know. You don't think they got their own community?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said,
Because
I always
most of
think
them can't speak English in the first couple of years, so all they have is each other to rely on.
Right.
So that's probably makes them even tighter. You know what I mean? So they probably do speak about that.
I'm sure they do, and we just don't know what they're saying.
right. But also, I mean, you know, it's also been, niggas in the hood bringing that shit to.
We got that. We got that going on.
It's always been that's been the advantage.
We've always had that.
I don't know. The advantage was our skill. No, I can't.
So from where I come from, I'm not quite sure it's always been a good thing for.
Well, we're talking about the gooning aspect, the hard, the rough.
It's always been good for the white kids to come down into the because it could be dangerous for them because this is opportunist time. People see them out of their element and then put them in situations. Not to be funny or nothing. You got the kids that their parents can afford to send them to the places where they practice, get taught better and whatnot. And they're coming to hone their skills. Right. And then, you got the other guys that, they down with it. They talk like us, walk like us, culture thieves. And, they come down and to and do their thing. They want to set it in. So I don't think it's always a good thing or safe thing. It's always a good thing to, get together and play some basketball. But, then there's all the rest of the stuff that goes along with it.
And you said, let me go back, what you said, talk about the gooning. The gooning's been in the NBA since the 70s,
right? And that's like that aspect of what we're talking about, like, the European player coming over here with
Scotty
this
put it
more
on
passive kind of, right, and so that whole, it's been a thing. Sorry, it's been a thing.
Even when Dirk came in the league, they said he was soft because their game is not inside. Their game is outside. So when we first saw Derek, they were like, he's soft. He won't go inside.
He was soft, and he remained soft, but he perfected that
one-legged fadeaway.
Yeah, he perfected that, and that comes from softness because he couldn't go down there.
I think it comes from the way that they were
gangster
taught
in the paint.
Sounds like y'all saying Jokic is out of his element right now.
No, he's a bully too. He's a gorilla too.
Okay.
He's a gorilla
because you was making it sound like he's,
I think that's what
these dudes guys. Look at what his brother said. What his brother say? What did his brother say?
But listen, most of them guys from overseas, they all thin, so they can't go down there and body with a Shaq or a Howard. Even though Howard's soft, but they can't go body with them guys. Right. So that's their game was outside.
Right.
Like I said, athleticism was just different level. Now everybody's caught up. I mean, we're pretty much on even grounds right now.
Yeah, because we got to fight to win the goal. Go back to his brothers. I appreciated that,
bruh.
But see,
that whole softness.
They can't be soft because they come from war-torn countries where
I think that's what they just showed you.
Yeah,
I think that's what they just showed you.
But they've always been in war-torn situations.
But here's the thing.
But you're not at home with that. I mean, you forget when you go to, if I go play ball somewhere else, I got to respect where I'm at because I can get to business. You don't. That's one thing for certain. Home ain't somewhere else.
You gotta respect the rules and regulations. But I think they're more so scared not of the players, but of the fines from the NBA when they first come in. That's because I don't think.
I just think they come in. They come in. They're very timid and very. You're foreign, and this is a different entity. So they just come in and they don't make those kind of moves.
The way the games are played, it's a big adjustment.
Right.
One of the as aggressive as American players are, I'm sure they lose a lot of jobs other places unless they're the top dog on the team. If you're top dog, you get away with anything. Ask Aaron Rodgers, you get away with anything. If you are second fiddle, you can't do anything.
You learn that from coming up from grade school sports all the way up to the pros. If you the man, you the man.
Right.
And
they'll adjust the rules to fit
accordingly.
Yes.
Look at when I hate to say this because I hate this. In the Cowboys, when they had Jimmy Johnson, they cut that linebacker. He cut that linebacker for falling asleep in practice. Because he even said it. He said he wasn't a starter.
Right.
Said I'm setting
exactly
of what's going on. if your position is of greatness, you know, we're going to allow you to get.
Exactly.
But if you're less than,
you're gone.
yes.
Right.
So that's been going on for years.
That's what's up. In perspective, we're going to be right back. We're going to move on because my man Cam is back in the cack-a-lack. But I don't know if I like it or not. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all cut him, let him go, and now y'all want him back.
I was telling my wife today it's all about money.
Talk to me. What's
They want it. I'm not, you know, I'm a diehard Eagles fan being from Philly. But
you in the right conference.
I respected Cam for what he did and what he endured because in the beginning, he was 5 yards out of bounds and getting crushed.
Right.
So I think now he's a shell of himself because of all the hits. You know, he was in the league for a while.
Talent-wise.
Yeah, as far as he can't do the stuff that he was doing anymore because his body is just not allowing it.
Yeah.
You know, so for them to take him back, besides him being blackballed for whatever reason, I think it's a good thing. I mean, they said it's up to $10 million he can earn.
Really?
Yeah.
$4.5 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
And could
I
potentially.
ain't heard the numbers yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as far as, I've always been a Cam. I'm not a Cam Newton fan, but when people talk junk about him, I support him because he was an MVP. He did throw the deep ball. He did sacrifice his body.
Yeah.
He did bring a different flavor to football that we had seen. You got 260-pound, 250-pound quarterback that linebackers were scared to hit. Before him, it was Randall Cunningham. They couldn't catch him, my all-time favorite player, but they would try to kill him. Mike Vick, they would try to kill him. They saw Cam, they like, I'm not going. It's a business decision. But I'm glad that even though it was Carey, I was just happy that he's back in the league.
Right. That's
because
why
he deserved the way he left. It wasn't cool with nobody picking him up.
Both ways he left. When he left the Panthers, you know, they cut him loose on some get out of here.
Yeah,
right.
We don't even want that weirdness here no more. Go take them tight high waters off. Take that somewhere else. That was the first get out of here. And then the fact that Cam wouldn't commit to the vaccination was get on out of here, you know, from there. So now he's back. This is one thing I can say that I like a lot. They got Richardson out of there.
Right.
They got him out of there.
Quickly.
You know, and he benefited and everything went well for that man. I mean, he brought it from the ground all the way to a great place. Now, Tepper's there. He has shown he is willing to go to the depths
I've been hearing
to win this. He's a part of get Cam out of here. And for him to bring it back shows you he's more competitive. Let's put it in perspective. He wants to win at all costs, and I think he wants to do it right. I don't think he wants to cheat, shortcut. I think he wants to do it right. And if Cam's gonna give us an edge or an opportunity, that makes me feel great about who's in place as an owner for the Panthers. I love that. I love
But
that.
you know what's coming.
What's coming?
Yeah.
He'll be sick next week probably with COVID, and then you'll probably be down there yelling, "Bro, you just got a cold. You'll be all right." And then, you know, we'll be saying, "But you can at least get on a plane because you're vaccinated." You know what I'm saying? We'll be going through those type of things next week.
When y'all talking about, I forgot about this, Cam Newton. They ran him off. They talked down about Cam Newton when he was playing with the Patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
They never really gave him a chance. People forgot he had COVID, and again, it affects your body differently.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give him the same chance as a person. They didn't give him enough time to recover. You know what I mean? Before they was judging him. As soon as he came back, they were like, "Oh, he's doing this, doing that," but they didn't know how his body was reacting to that. And for him to go back like he did, I applauded that because, again, it affects people differently. And you could see that he was still having some of those effects from the virus.
He made it clear. Everybody kind of understood where he was at on that. But the problem was that the learning curve, he just couldn't pick up on it fast enough. That's the truth. Let's stop acting like like the COVID killed Cam's career. That's not true.
You don't think it had anything to do with
Cam's career was basically killed because the
weirdness.
well, that was something that followed behind him. But what was up front was the fact that Cam was not committed. Not this year, he was committed. I keep telling you that I personally just didn't like every time he made a play, it was a celebration. I kind of found that to be just
Aaron
disgusting.
Rodgers does that. Nobody says nothing about that.
Aaron's only makes those plays when he wins a game with the play.
Anytime he scores, it used to be this right here. I gotta disagree with you. He would throw that WWE belt up anytime he scored a touchdown, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, he would do that.
Winning drives.
No, anytime he would score a touchdown, he would do like this.
This cat is so serious about his craft that I that's just how I feel. I mean, we can go however y'all want to about it. I look at his approach on the game more professional than I see from Cam. To me, and I know I'm biased towards Cam with all the extra, like the dressing, the cigars, doing interviews, drinking wine. I take that all just way like, come on, bro, let's talk football. All the extra, let's get away. That's just me. A lot of people don't care about that.
But when they're not asking him just football.
He's losing, and that's what I need. When you're losing, I need all just football. When you're winning, it's whatever. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a good example. But he's always winning, so those things don't bother me to that degree.
Well, what I'm saying is when the media isn't just asking you about football, you have to respond to the questions that they're asking you. And when he's at his lowest, they're not asking him about football. They want controversy, so they ask him about his clothing. They ask him about his hair. Now, if he doesn't, hold on, wait.
He has the list of the questionnaire. He has a list of the questionnaire.
You didn't let me finish. Now, if he does not respond to the questions that they ask him, guess what? He gets labeled again. So he's in a no-win situation. See, I was in media. He's in a no-win situation. So if he's 3-15 and they come out and they say, well, Cam, this will be one of the first questions. And he's dressed, well, however he dresses, it's weird. But why are they asking about his dress? Why are they not asking him? I can give you that one.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But why are they not asking him about his play? The first question shouldn't be about his dress. It should be about his play on the field.
So Cam has to set the standards on how he's approached and dealt with through the media. And it's all in his hands. Give me a list of what we're going to talk about first.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works.
That's in the interview.
That's how it works.
That's in the radio.
Yeah, and no, in the interviews. I'm talking about the interviews. I'm not talking about press conference. I'm talking about interviews where he's sitting there with a glass of wine and a cigar in his mouth.
But that's that's totally different.
That's off the field.
That's what he wants to. That's one more time. He's 3-15. Bro, it's hard for me to take any of that.
How do you know what the work that he put in while he was at the practice facility? How do you know this? The film
obviously, I can look at his body and tell he's an Adonis and he's putting in work. My thing is, one more time, I don't think you're really catching me. I got you. I hear you 100%. When you're losing, guys like me, we're not. I'm not so cool with the extras. Let's get to football. When you're winning, it's whatever you want it to be.
If somebody's putting $1 million on your plate to come do an interview, you're not going to do it?
No, I'm not saying I'm turning that stuff down.
Okay, but he's obligated to do. That's his obligations. So even if you're 3-15,
not if he's making money, he has choices.
Okay, but listen, if you're 3-15, or whatever football season is, 3-11 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they come and he's with Fox Sports,
right?
And they pay you when you get interviewed. They're going to pay you to come do an interview.
Right. They're going to pay you to come do an interview.
You're not
going to
options. Yeah, but you're not going to do it.
You got options. So deal with me like this. Deal with me a certain kind of way. Let's talk football. So for me, Cam didn't talk football. He liked to dress up and look certain ways and do certain things. And then they talk football. To me, it's sort of like he's a clown talking.
God, I knew it was coming.
Talking.
But what does my dress have to do with me talking sports? So, I mean, I'll give you your knock. I'll give you your knock. I'll give you your knock because
no, you got to take that knock back. Finish your statement,
I just explained how it's a preference of how you perceive it. Right. I just want you to bring a more professionalism. Understand where Cam comes from. all that is normal stuff. Where I'm from, this is not so normal. It's not so normal.
We're gonna bring the normal in.
So,
yeah.
but
But look here. I think I stand for the overwhelming normal. I think I'm basic. I'm not eccentric, weird, crazy, and clownish
so
when it comes to
if he dresses
the
like
basic
this,
thoughts.
if he dressed like this in an interview, you'd be.
If they talk football and he was dressed like this, I would think, okay, he's serious about what he's trying to get accomplished. And now, the cigar, the glass of wine, and you're losing. I'm not sure what you're getting out of that when we're talking football.
He's off the football field.
Right.
He has other endeavors.
I'm sitting
up here telling you I'm cool with that.
Let's
no, you're not. You're so not cool with that.
You just said it's
losing. And we're talking about losing.
If he's
No.
winning.
We're talking about situation. Cam ain't been looking good on the field.
Right. Well, he just put a dress on then. And just come all the way weird with it. That's my whole point.
Okay.
It's not football.
If he does,
it's not football.
Right.
It's not football.
But they still have other endeavors, though.
Right
Absolutely.
They still have other endeavors.
They still got to promote
He has a cigar company.
He has to promote all that, right?
Right.
And there's stuff going on after football, right?
Right.
But football is what gets you there. Football is what leads off.
He's in the stadium.
Winning always works.
You're one player out of 11.
That's right.
You can't do everything.
And he's the leader.
Okay. But
and he's a representation of the team.
And when he's sitting
there looking like clown number one, representing the team.
Okay.
And so from an owner's perspective, we're losing and he's clownish on top of that.
Oh my goodness.
If he walks out there, so you'd be happy if he walked there looking like
there it is, looking like.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Why don't you let? I sat there and listened to everything you said. If he comes out there looking like Bozo the Clown, but he's speaking nothing but football, you'd be happy with that.
If he's winning. See, it doesn't matter. One more time. I think y'all just don't get where I'm coming from.
I don't get it.
When you're winning.
If he's winning, he can look like a clown.
He can look anything and do what he likes when he's winning. That's the part that I'm willing to accept.
Okay.
You're promoting your brand.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing, you're talking about things that aren't football. When you're winning, you have that kind of freedom.
Okay, stop right there. Just 1 second.
Kind of freedom.
Remember, he was there, right? He was winning,
right?
Promoting his brands, building up his name, and all that, everything.
And they still had a
so you're saying that because he's starting to lose, he should stop doing what he's doing as a winner? If you keep your winning mentality, maybe you'll keep winning if your fucking team gets winning and your owner stop fucking with you and the media get off your back and let me just do my thing because y'all don't want to talk football.
How about give me some players?
Y'all keep wanting to talk. Give me some fucking players.
We're talking football.
See, they're not talking football. They're not talking football.
We're talking football. If we're talking football with a dress on, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that's my whole thing.
So you just said he'd be okay. Wait. You just said he'd be okay if he was winning. He could wear a dress.
If he was winning, it wouldn't be an issue. He could do whatever he wants from a perspective of. When you're the representation of a team,
he's the CEO. He's the CEO of the Panthers or whoever because he's the quarterback. So he's the CEO. I'm with you on that part.
Right. So our branding here deserves a little bit of respect on it. I just don't need everything to go.
But it'd be disrespectful.
It doesn't need to all go your way. It doesn't all need to go your way.
Okay, but listen,
when you're representing the brand.
When you're winning.
Correct.
When you're winning. Correct. Right. You're winning. I'm saying, well, let's just stay here for a second. When you're winning and you're wearing your dresses. Right. And you're winning. And you're smoking your cigars. And you're winning.
And drinking your wine.
And you're winning.
Mm-hmm. And you're not talking football. You're just talking anything. Anything.
Whoa.
See, that's my point. You're saying.
Whoa. Is he not pumping his brands? Is he moving his products? He's doing all those things, right? So you're saying that if he's got a fucking bum ass team, stop because we're bums. So let's stop looking like we got swag.
Well,
let's stop hanging
down all the time.
Right. Let's be sad and boo-hoo.
But they got mad at him about that.
He can't do that.
It's already been proven that I'm not thinking crazy because they just let him go from 2 teams for basically those.
No, you just said it was because of the virus.
No,
Because
he didn't. He wasn't. Okay,
because
the
he
final
refused to take
straw.
the
The
thing.
final straw with him losing his position when New England was he wasn't vaccinated, so they didn't take him serious. That he was serious about the team. That was the final straw. Previous that, every time he made a play, it was all first downs in losing situations. He's pumping. I mean, he's doing a lot. That's exactly contributed towards him being and the fact they were losing. He wasn't holding his part of the position down.
Why he got there? He did this shit as a kid. He was that nigga as a kid.
Right.
I mean, even more than that. He's jumping.
Are y'all really listening to what I'm saying? I mean, are you really listening to what I'm saying?
We're two niggas over here saying the same shit, and you keep saying what you're saying. I don't think you're listening to what we're saying.
So when Bill let him go and Coach Rivera, they let him go. I'm standing up behind what they did, and I believe what they did was a good thing for the team. I believe what the decisions they made weren't prejudiced. I don't think they were prejudiced. I don't think they were unjust.
How'd the team do after he left?
How did they do?
Yeah. You said it was better for the team.
Carolina.
They thought, listen to this. Listen, an executive decision, they felt that they were moving past Cam. Cam wasn't going to be a part of the program anymore. It is. So they tried to win their way, and it's not working out.
So they got to come back.
I mean, and we'll see how he does. You know what? See, this is good right here because we're going to see if that's really what he's about.
Question.
We're going to see if that's what or is he going to back down from his position? We're going to see that every time he goes out there, we're going to see.
You
Wait a minute.
in the world.
We're going to see, right? We're going to see, right?
But you
that's
in the world
what I'm talking about.
this man.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, you played sports.
I have.
You play sports. You play sports. I've played sports. If he's losing, his mind for 24 hours a day is supposed to be on football?
In my eyes, when you're representing the team through interviews, through press conferences, you're supposed to represent our team.
When you're supposed to have some downtime to
represent himself,
he can do that through through other interviews. But when I'm telling you, I'm talking about when we're doing sports. I'm not talking all the time. Like you can't walk, breathe, and be you. You gotta be you.
So that's his interview. That's him being him.
Okay.
When he's not when he's not being interviewed by NFL, that's him being him.
And I personally was uncomfortable with those because as he's representing the teams that I like, which he did, I was uncomfortable.
Yeah, great show. Appreciate you coming through. Yo,
I love it.
Tomorrow, put the drop on your movie, bro. What's good?
Tomorrow at 9:15 at the Carolina Movie Theater, we will be premiering Death of the Black Widows. It's a movie that is a part 2. The first part was awesome. We premiered that at the Carolina Movie Theater. This is the second one. The actors are from all over the United States.
That's dope.
You know, it's an hour and 15-minute thriller. How would you describe it? You've seen a little bit of it.
I've seen a little. Look like it's some drama, baby.
Yeah.
jrob bringing it. You better know it.
Well, you know, most times when you watch movies and it's about crooked cops, they're always guys, right? So I flipped the script and made it about 2 female crooked cops.
That's what's up.
Hey. 9:15, Carolina Movie Theater, Hickory, North Carolina.
Cuz final thought, what you got?
Sometimes when you think you're winning, you really lose. Final thought.
My dude, I love it.
That's a family setup there, because I didn't get this. Okay. Ask me about my movie. He talk about people losing.
Right. I mean, it was a final thought.
It was a sneaky.
It was a final thought.
Yeah. Look at the juggler. Look at the juggler.
T.I. jumped up. I mean, Young Buck jumped on T.I. because he wasn't paying attention. But, it's all right.
He's not that one out the park.
We see he's got to come back. Good shit. And respect to fuck with us next time. Hey.